Yeah.
Today we are going to be reacting to some photos that have a disturbing backstory. And we're going to try to talk through the video, but we're sorry if you guys can't really hear us because we're having mic difficulties.
So let's go right into it.
Oh, we skipped a little bit forward. I don't know why.
Just because. Let's go.
This photo supposedly shows the footprints of criminals who made a hasty escape from a haunted house. The person who posted the picture online claims their father received a phone call from a man named Arthur, who lived next to the family's summer house. Arthur said that during the night he had seen two people lurking around the house, but they ran off before he had a chance to investigate. In the morning, he found two sets of footprints leading to a broken window. He decided to enter the house to take a closer look.
Holes like that
Inside, there were even more footprints,
I have no
some
idea.
of which led to another broken window, indicating that whoever was in the house had left very suddenly. Sometime later, the poster's father and brother went to the house to see if anything had been stolen. Once inside, they saw that the footprints went in two separate directions. One set led to where the family kept some old silverware, while the others led to a 200-year-old fiddle that was hanging on the wall. The tracks seemed to meet in the middle of the living room, where the silverware and fiddle were found lying on the floor. Then, just as Arthur had suggested, the footprints led to a different window where the burglars had made a hasty exit. About 2 weeks later, the family was contacted by two men who claimed to have been plagued by terrible nightmares ever since they had broken into the old house. They pleaded for forgiveness and offered to pay for any damages that they had caused. While the family never found out exactly what had scared the men into leaving the house so quickly, they had always suspected that the house was haunted. After the break-in, the house was sold twice. Each time, the new owners complained of strange happenings. Disembodied voices, cold spots, and objects seemingly moving on their own.
Creepy.
Thinking that the resident spirits weren't happy with the new owners, the poster's uncle decided to buy the house back, and it's now once again in the possession of the original family.
That's weird.
Bruh, I can just imagine like them running in one window and there's immediately like,
running out the other.
sprinting through the house just to jump right out the next window.
In April 1992, Chris McCandless hitchhiked his way to the small town of Healy, Alaska. Then, with little equipment or food, he began to trek along an old mining road known as the Stampede Trail. It was McCandless's dream to disappear into the wilderness and live simply off the land. However, it wasn't long before things started to turn bad.
I could never live
in September, just 6 months after he started his adventure, a hunter found his body in an abandoned bus that was used as shelter along the rugged and isolated trail. This photo, which seemingly shows McCandless in good spirits, was found undeveloped on his camera and is one of the last known photographs of the adventurer.
Wait, so who took the picture? Was he
Along with several pictures, a journal was discovered that detailed McCandless's time in the wilderness.
Was he by himself, or
in
was
July, he mentioned that he tried heading back to civilization, but was forced to abandon his plans as the Teklanika River had swollen, blocking his only escape route.
That sucks.
On the 30th of July, his journal entry read, "Extremely weak, fault of potato seed, much trouble just to stand up, starving, great jeopardy." While most believe that McCandless simply starved to death, some have suggested that poisoning from local plants may have contributed to his demise.
So did they know if he died or not? They said
Entry
they
was
never
made
found
on day
him.
107. It simply read, "Beautiful blueberries." After that, the next 6 entries contain no words, only slashes.
Whatever it was called. He took him.
The woman seen in this photo, out enjoying the fresh air on a sunny afternoon, is actually Myra Hindley, one of England's most notorious serial killers. The photo was taken by her partner, Ian Brady, in the area where the pair had buried several of their victims. The terrible crimes committed by Myra Hindley and Ian Brady came to be known as the Moors Murders. Hindley met Brady while working at a chemical distribution company. The two began dating, and it wasn't before long they started discussing how they could commit the perfect murder. In total, they took the lives of 5 children, all aged between 10 and 17. The pair was eventually arrested after Hindley's brother-in-law witnessed their final murder and reported it to the police. Hindley, who was described by the press as the most evil woman in Britain, was never released from jail despite appealing her life sentence several times. She died on the 15th of November 2002. Brady was declared criminally insane and confined to a high-security hospital, where he died on the 15th of May 2017.
That better not be goddamn ad. God damn it. Change what's he coming along? The Tat Man.
This photo of John, Allison, Mark, Dawn and Ronald Jr. DeFeo appears to show nothing unusual at first, just a happy family posing for the camera. However, the truth is that this picture hides a very dark secret. At around 6:30 PM on Wednesday the 13th of November 1974, Ronald Jr. burst into a local bar screaming, "You gotta help me, I think my mother and father are shot." A small group quickly rushed to the DeFeo's residence, where they found that his parents were indeed dead.
Bro.
The police were called.
Yeah, the guy killed his parents, and he killed his family and stuff, I think.
And he went crazy.
And because, like, the house made him crazy and stuff. It was like in a real movie or whatever.
I don't understand. They're just pulling random pictures and just pulling random stories from their life. They could literally pick any picture in their entire photo album and just be like, yep, this photo has a scary backstory.
But this guy actually did. He killed everyone.
Yeah, but what if you picked like any family photo? It's not like the time on the photo was like...
No, because they just had moved into the house or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And upon arriving, they discovered that the remaining 4 DeFeo children were also deceased.
Yeah, he killed them all.
Ronald Jr. claimed that his family had been killed by a mob hitman, so the police decided to take him into custody for his own protection. However, they soon discovered inconsistencies with DeFeo's story, and the following day he confessed to the killings. DeFeo was eventually convicted of 6 accounts of second-degree murder.
He didn't. He messed
These
up his
terrifying
story.
events formed the prelude for one of the most well-known haunting cases in American history, the Amityville Horror.
Yeah, that's the movie.
In December 1975, George and Kathy Lutz bought the DeFeo house, which was located at 112 Ocean Avenue in Amityville, New York.
That's a massive house.
Despite being warned by the agent of what had happened in the house, they couldn't resist it as it was just $80,000. It had 5 bedrooms, a swimming pool, and even a boathouse that was located on a canal. The couple and their 3 children soon moved in, with much of the DeFeo's furniture still inside. The book, The Amityville Horror, which supposedly tells the true story of the Lutzes, describes how a family friend insisted that they have the house blessed before they moved in.
Bro, that looks like
George
a fence that would be around the
organized a priest to perform
cemetery.
the ceremony, and he arrived just as the family were unpacking their belongings. As the priest flicked the first holy water and began to pray, he heard a deep voice say, "Get out." He left the house and didn't tell the Lutzes what had happened.
Which is stupid. Why wouldn't you tell
During
them?
their stay, the Lutzes allegedly experienced many terrifying things. Soon after moving in, their 5-year-old daughter Missy began talking to an imaginary friend, a demonic pig-like creature with glowing red eyes named Jody.
That's not normal.
That is not normal.
In the early morning of Christmas Day, 1975, George went to check on the boathouse.
That shed gives me Stranger Things vibes.
He saw Missy at her bedroom window. Standing behind her was Jody, her imaginary friend. George ran upstairs only to find Missy fast asleep as her empty rocking chair slowly rocked back and forth. A few days later, the family discovered cloven hoof prints in the snow outside the house. On another occasion, Kathy was said to have woken with red welts on her chest while levitating 2 feet in the air.
Hell?
She also started having vivid nightmares about the murders, and the children all began to sleep on their stomachs, just as the murdered DeFeo children had been found.
Bro, I always sleep on my stomach.
The Lutzes' final night in the house was in January 1976, just 28 days after they had moved in. During a final attempt to bless the house themselves, the family described what happened to them as too frightening, and declined to give an account of what actually occurred that night. However, the story gets even creepier. This chilling photo was allegedly taken on the second-floor landing of the Amityville house in 1976.
Bro, is that
Jim Campbell, a
picture
photographer who was working alongside famed paranormal investigators
Did they
Ed
just
and
take a
Lorraine
picture
Warren,
and saturate it and
had
then
set
just
up an
Photoshop a
automatic
person
camera
into
that
it?
took infrared pictures. The
I wouldn't
camera
say it was
managed
fake,
to capture
but, like,
this photo sometime
No,
during
he
the
said he
night.
got it.
The figure seen peering through the door is believed by many to be the
Oh,
ghost
stop
of
zooming
9-year-old
in.
John DeFeo, who was murdered by his
Creepy.
brother Ronald Jr.
He got killed by his brother.
Wow.
This picture of John on the right with his elder brother
John
Mark
B?
shows how eerily similar his appearance is to the ghost seen in the black and white photo.
Wow.
In
a
fact, George
picture,
Lutz was so confident that the photo was authentic that he showed it on the Merv Griffin show in 1979.
God damn it, bro.
Oh, no.
Hello, everyone.
No mind.
I'm coming directly to you for ask a quick favor.
You get as many ads as you want when you're rich.
Before
not how
we
it
get to that
works.
number one
Big
spot
gay
and
ice
take a
cream.
look at a chilling crime scene photo, remember to hit that subscribe button and
No
turn
thanks.
on channel notifications.
Don't subscribe to him.
That way you
Subscribe
won't
to
miss a
us.
thing from our channel.
Is that it?
This creepy photo was taken outside apartment 213
probably a guy in
924
that.
North 25th
How much you wanna
Street in
bet?
Milwaukee,
Bro,
Wisconsin.
that reminds me of the
It was the
refrigerator we
home
have
of
in
the
our fort.
Milwaukee monster, Jeffrey Dahmer.
It's the
Dahmer,
same
one of
thing.
America's most notorious serial killers, murdered 17 men and boys from 1978 to 1991.
Bro, what did you do? Just stuff him in
He
the
was eventually
goddamn
arrested
freezer?
after he offered a man named Tracy Edwards $100 to keep him company at his apartment. Upon entering the apartment, Edwards noted a foul odor and several boxes of hydrochloric acid on the floor.
So he
It
burnt
soon
their
became
bodies to
apparent to Edwards what Dahmer's intentions were, and he managed
Like
to
he
escape
burnt them
through the
alive,
front
or did he
door
just
after
burn them
asking
after
Dahmer
they
if he
died?
could
He put all
use
their
the
bodies in
toilet.
acid so they would deteriorate.
Edwards flagged down a police car and, after
Refrigerator.
explaining what had happened, agreed to
they
accompany the
disintegrate. All their
police back
parts
to
are gone.
Dahmer's apartment.
So there's never
There,
no
the
trace
police
of them.
officers found evidence of several murders and quickly detained Dahmer. This photo shows investigators removing the refrigerator from his apartment, which was said to contain a human head
What did I
and
say?
2 human hearts.
What did I say?
Two human hearts?
Crazy.
If you want more creepy photos with
Thank you guys for watching. We'll be posting more videos later this week. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
We still don't have an intro yet. Yeah.
Yeah, bye.
See ya.